Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Duluth, Georgia, outside of Atlanta, Jacksonville, Florida, Tempe, Arizona, and Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. I have Jewish friends, and they tell me that the Zionist project has failed. And it's failed because of the response to October 7th. Now the world is aware of what's actually happening. Even though I had been reporting every once in a while on the occupation, I didn't really realize what was happening. I didn't understand how Israel got started. I thought Israel was a response to the Holocaust. It's not. It's a Zionism project that started in the 1800s. And it's got nothing to do with the Holocaust, and it's got to do with the Balfour Declaration, which came way before. And I didn't know anything about the Nakba, but now I know all these things. I didn't know that Israel and Netanyahu was actually funding Hamas, and they let the October 7th thing happen, if not fund it themselves, then use it as a pretext so they could go in and take this land. So now I'm aware. A C student is now aware of all that stuff. And my Jewish friends tell me that there's a big brain drain happening in Israel. People are getting out of Israel. And that the irony is that this place that is supposed to be a safe haven for Jews is now going to be the least safe place for Jews to be in the world because of what they've done since October 7th. Do you agree with that wishful thinking?
No, I think Israel's been exposed for what it is. And that was, of course, a battle that all of us who covered the Middle East had to fight. But yeah, I think there's no going back. It's a despotic, apartheid, genocidal, racist state. It always has been. But now that's completely transparent. These despotic regimes can survive long beyond their terminal date. But I don't think even the great Jewish Ilan Pappé, Avi Shlem, these really courageous Jewish historians who live in exile. They're both, Avi taught at Oxford and Ilan Pappé's at the University of Exeter. They're talking about the death of the Zionist project. I don't know when that will come. But it is a settler colonial project. It is not sustainable. They are engaging in open genocide, extermination of the Palestinian people as a people, and things are getting worse and worse in the West Bank. I was just in the Middle East and was in the West Bank. So yes, I think that nations need a mystique. As much as they need military power, and that Israeli mystique has vanished. It's gone.
I'm being told that their ports are empty and that other countries are, well, I know that's, there's lots of businesses that are now, they're treating, if you're from Israel and you're part of Zionist, they're treating you like they treated Nazis, where they won't serve people at certain restaurants and certain businesses and establishments. Have you heard about that happening?
I haven't. The thing that you touched on before, which is, so they've hidden the numbers, but the estimates are that up to 500,000 Israelis have left the country since October 7th. And we had a drain brain before. I think over 1 million Israelis living abroad. And often these people are the best educated. And so, no, the country it's atrophying. And there was a Yeshashu Leibowitz, this great Israeli scholar. He actually died in the 90s, but he predicted all of this. He said, this occupation creates secret police, it creates informants, it creates torture centers, it creates, and that will consume the society, will poison Israeli society, and that's precisely what has happened. Now, that may take a generation, because you have the old generation, you have the power of AIPAC, but that's withering away because young Jews are not buying it anymore. And they will rely increasingly on Christian fascists, so they already are, for their support. But yeah, it's terminal. How terminal, when it's terminal, that I can't answer.
Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Duluth, Georgia, outside of Atlanta, Jacksonville, Florida, Tempe, Arizona, and Burbank, California. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.